So let's start our today's class. In today's class, I'll complete basically the projectile motion part. So in projectile motion, what we have discussed in last class? We discussed in last class about the basic concepts of projectile motion. Okay? So the basic concept of projectile motion, why and how it is known as projectile motion. So motion, till now you have studied what are motion. Motion, one dimensional motion, two dimensional motion, three dimensional motion. You know all about this. What is motion? Motion means when the position changed, that is known as motion. But what is then projectile motion? Projectile motion basically when an object is thrown with certain projection. Suppose you throw this ball, this is one ball, and you throw this ball with certain angle with this vertical. This is vertical axis. When you throw any object with certain angle with the vertical, suppose theta angle, making theta angle, you are throwing this ball to a certain height. And after this ball traveled to certain height and after some time the ball reached back to ground, this is nothing but the projectile motion. The projectile motion of any object. So once you start throwing one ball, this ball started moving to a certain height or raised to a certain height. Then after reaching to that height, the ball again falls back to ground. Okay. So this is the layman language. In a layman language, you can say what a projectile motion is. Now come to the various terms as I discussed in last class. Good evening, Manoj. I just started. So last class, I just explained about what a projectile motion is. Projectile motion means motion in a general language. You know motion. Suppose I am sitting on this chair. Suppose I stand up and started moving around this room. So what happens? Means I am in motion. I am not at rest. When I started moving around the room, my motion sometimes may be horizontal, maybe sometimes in sometimes it may be two-dimensional motion along with certain angle with x-axis or y-axis. You are considering the floor as your two-dimensional plane, as I discussed in your class. Getting it? So same concept, Manoj. Just I started. Suppose this is one ball and you are present here. You throw this ball with certain angle with horizontal with certain angle. You throw this ball. What happens? The ball moved to a certain height. Then after some time, the ball falls back to ground. So this is all about basic concept of projectile motion. Now come to why and what. What is the necessity and why you are studying projectile motion? And what are the things you are going to study in projectile motion? Suppose till now, standard 8, 9 and 7 onwards. When you are dealing with motion, what you are studying, like speed of the motion vehicle, or what is the distance traveled, what is the time taken, all these things you have studied. And what is uniform acceleration, what is non-uniform acceleration, what is the various equations of motion like s is equal to ut plus half at square, or v is equal to u plus at. All these things you have studied till now. So this is all about motion in a uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration is what I told you in your class, uniform acceleration. So here also we are dealing with uniform acceleration. Then you may ask me, ma'am, how here the case of uniform acceleration works? So like as I told you in one class, suppose this is one object, I am throwing upward. Getting it? I am throwing upward. It is acting against gravitational acceleration. The same concept is applied here. You are throwing that object with certain angle. You are applying here gravitational acceleration acts as uniform acceleration or constant acceleration. So you are considering the case of uniform acceleration like g and minus g. Okay. So abhi dekho, this is a boy. This boy is throwing this ball upward and it is moving to this much of height, and then after reaching this maximum height, here velocity becomes 0. This is falling back ground. So if this ये ball जो है अपने आप तो उड़ नहीं जाएगा, you need to apply some initial velocity, isn't it? So with this much of initial velocity, you are throwing this ball. This is u velocity. Suppose you are throwing, and along x-axis. So u is a velocity. So velocity is a vector or not? So as I told you, velocity is a vector. It must have two components. So if I draw this vector like this is u vector. So what are the components must be? This must be x component. This must be y component. So this must be the resultant vector, isn't it? As I told you in your vector class. So this is your x-axis component. This is your y-axis component. So vector law of parallelogram says that this is your y component. This is your x component. So what you can write is your u vector is nothing but ux I cap along uy j cap. Getting it or not? I told you the example of an insect on that board. Suppose an insect is moving on a blackboard. This is your blackboard or whiteboard. Suppose a insect यहाँ से यहाँ तक move किया. तो ये ना x axis में इतना distance cover किया है, y axis में इतना distance cover किया है. So any two-dimensional motion is nothing but the combination of two individual one-dimensional motion, like along x-axis and along y-axis. What are the combined motion? Getting it? So let's proceed to our projectile motion part. So this is nothing but u vector. U vector is nothing but ux I cap plus uy j cap. So ux is nothing but u cos theta, as I told you. So cos theta कैसे बोलते हैं? Suppose this is your theta. So आप क्या जानते हो? Your Pythagoras theorem. In your Pythagoras theorem, cos theta, what is the formula? Base divided by hypotenuse. So base is nothing but hypotenuse multiplied with cos theta. So I can say this ux, base is here ux. Ux is nothing but hypotenuse is your u cos theta. Can I write like this? So this is all about the basic part. I told in your class also, and you know this part very well from the lower classes. How many of you are present? Can you please let me know? Are you present, Manoj? I'm not getting any doubt, any queries. Are you there? How many of you are actually present? I'm not able to understand because no comments are in the chat section. So I think you must have disconnected. So let me proceed. Okay. So you can check the recorded lessons also. So we go. So now what I need to calculate here. Last class I told you what is the distance traveled along x-axis. I took it as x. And what is the distance traveled along y-axis? I took it as y. Suppose the object is here. And you throw this object from this to this position. So I consider this edge a particular point P. So I started calculating by taking this particular point P. So what I can do is, last class I derived this much of part, and in today's class I will complete the projectile motion part. Okay. So suppose any arbitrary point, if point I took a different ink color so that it you can distinguish it very okay. So this is suppose a point, arbitrary point. Suppose you are throwing this stone moved in this very path. So suppose this stone is here. This is a point P point. You consider any arbitrary point P point. Okay. So at this very point you calculate what is the distance traveled along x-axis and what is the distance traveled along y-axis. Okay. So this is, you name it as x. This is, you name it as y. Okay. So last class, as I told you, you can check my notes also. So x is equal to x. What I told, x is equal to here. No initial position because it is starting from the origin of, yes beta, Manoj, you are there, no? Okay, very good. So x जब मैं लिखूंगी, we derived the expression of x in the last class. Expression of x in terms of x0. So this must be x0 plus uxt. This is the derivation part I derived in last class of your class, offline class, as well as in the last online class also. So x is equal to x0 plus ux of t plus half x t square. So यहाँ से जो x0 है, this part is 0 because it is starting from origin. So that must be, that is equal to, just a minute, that is equal to ux. Ux, whatever the ux velocity. Suppose your initial velocity is u velocity. Suppose you throw this ball with u velocity. U into t plus half, and it is moving against gravity. So it is minus t of t square. Okay. So what is the expression of x? You got the expression of x. Huh. You got the expression of x. X is equal to u. Acha. One more thing. I just wrote this thing wrong. Tell me, can you clarify me? Those who are present, can you let me know why this minus g is wrong? Why I cannot write it as minus g? Let me tell you. So I should not wait for the answer. देखो, जब कोई object, suppose one object is here, it is moving from this position to this position. I am calculating the distance traveled along x-axis. ये x-axis में कितना distance travel किया? So horizontal distance travel जब मैं consider कर रही हूँ, वहाँ gravitational acceleration concept is nothing, isn't it? When I am traveling along horizontal direction, I am not moving up. जो अर्थ है, अर्थ का सरफेस के ऊपर में मूव नहीं की, तो ग्रेविटेशनल एक्सेलरेशन इज हियर नॉट नो वे वैलिड, क्योंकि हम लोग नॉर्मल एक्सेलरेशन में जा रहे हैं. जब मैं कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट, आप जब रोड में मूव कर रहे हो, यू आर हैविंग सम एक्सेलरेशन और यू मे नॉट हैव सम एक्सेलरेशन, बट ग्रेविटेशनल एक्सेलरेशन कॉन्सेप्ट इन द रोड, ऑन द रोड व्हाइल यू आर मूविंग, जब एक रोड में मूव कर रहे हो, वहां तो कोई ग्रेविटी का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं आ रहा है ना. आप थोड़ी ऊपर जा रहे हो या नीचे फॉल हो रहे हो. गेटिंग इट? So that means here the acceleration is 0, because horizontal, here 0 acceleration, gravitational acceleration is 0, because here horizontal component, here ax part is 0. Ax is equal to 0 because there is no horizontal acceleration. Okay, so that's why you can put here ut, u into t. So u means ux, you can say ux into t. So ux is nothing but u cos theta into t. So here I can write t is equal to x divided by u cos theta. This much I have derived in last class. Similarly, I can write for expression of y is equal to y0, and y0 is nothing but equal to 0, because there is no concept of origin. मतलब origin, ma'am, the answer will be 0. Very good Manoj. So ये जो y0 है, यहाँ का origin से start हुआ है. So here also y0 component is also 0. So y0 u y t plus half a y t square. अभी जो ये a y आया, this is here the vertical part is now comes into picture. जब object fly करने लगा, जब object उड़ने लगा, in your language, in your simple language, जब object fly करने लगा, that means that time gravitational acceleration part comes into picture. Okay, so gravitational acceleration comes only when the object is above the surface of earth. जब object motion कर रहा है above the surface of earth, then only the gravitational acceleration part comes into picture. So here in case of ay, you can put here minus g into t. Instead of t, you put here this very expression of t. So this is x, just a minute, x divided by u cos theta. Understood? Square. So this complete this expression. This t is again, this is x divided by u cos theta, and this uy is nothing but u sin theta. Cross check kar lo thoda. Why I have written like this? Because ये जो y0 part है, this y0 part is 0 and uy is u sin theta. T, expression of t, you just put here expression of t, and ay is minus g. This is 1 by 2 part is missing. 1 by 2 minus g x by u cos theta square. So when you complete this expression, here you can see here, just a minute, I'm changing the ink color. It will be prominent for you all. So देखो, यहाँ एक sin theta term है, and here this is another cos theta term. So sin theta by cos theta is nothing but tan theta. So I can write u and u will also cancel out. So this will be, I'm not using eraser because it will take a lot of time. So x tan theta minus 1 by 2 g divided by u square cos स्क्वायर थीटा, इसको ब्रैकेट में ले लो, ये हो जाएगा x का स्क्वायर। टिल नाउ वी हैव कंप्लीटेड। ओके, ये हो गया x y का एक्सप्रेशन, ये हो गया x का एक्सप्रेशन। नाउ आई एम मूविंग टू टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट। व्हाट इज टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट? So this part also I told a little bit, time of flight. What is time of flight? मतलब वो कितना टाइम फ्लाई किया, that is nothing but time of flight. Suppose make stone, this is a stone, I am throwing this stone with certain angle with vertical. ये इतना टाइम ऊपर गया उड़ के, फिर थोड़ा टाइम बाद ना ये नीचे आ गया. Okay, this is all about projectile motion. So suppose it took t time to move up and t time to move down. Here I am considering t is equal to t1 is equal to t2. So here t1 is equal to time of ascent, and t2 is equal to time of descent. ठीक है? So here I am considering no air resistance case. मतलब कोई एयर का रेजिस्टेंस नहीं है. जैसे कि आप रास्ते में चलते हो तो फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स काम में आता है, एक मतलब आपको अपोजिंग फोर्स जैसा काम करता है फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स. So here also sometimes in the next chapter onwards you may study about air resistance, a opposing force. Opposing force जो है वो अभी हम लोग consider नहीं कर रहे. Like the same concept you are using, no frictional force. So here no ideal case means no air resistance. Air resistance is a kind of opposing force while you are throwing objects upward. Okay. So this is T1 and T2. So this is T1 and T2. So T1 and T2 is nothing but total time taken. So T is nothing but T1 plus T2, that is equal to T plus T, that is 2T. Okay, sorry, 2T. So T का एक्सप्रेशन आपको तो मिला था अभी. So 2 into T का एक्सप्रेशन क्या मिला था? Just a minute. T का एक्सप्रेशन मिला था आपको U sin थीटा. क्या मिला था? X by, this is X divided by U cos थीटा. मिला था ना ये वाली एक्सप्रेशन. सो T इज इक्वल टू कैपिटल T इज इक्वल टू 2U जस्ट मिनट बच्चे. अच्छा, ये जो टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट T लिखी हूं मैं, दिस T इज इक्वल टू, नाउ फ्रॉम दिस वेरी एक्सप्रेशन कैपिटल T क्या मिला आपको? 2T. सो T आपको क्या मिलेगा? T डिवाइडेड बाय 2. दिस इज द स्मॉल t एक्सप्रेशन. स्मॉल t इज इक्वल टू कैपिटल T डिवाइडेड बाय 2. सो कैपिटल T अभी कितना आएगा? देखो, कैपिटल T फाइल आई एम कंसिडरिंग. कैपिटल T मतलब टोटल टाइम टेकन बाय द ऑब्जेक्ट टू, और total time taken by the object to move up and again to move down. Okay, so to move up, suppose ये time लिया t y. देखो, suppose ये जो velocity है, velocity suppose ये v velocity में move किया, यहाँ आप पहुंच जाओ यहाँ at this maximum height. very good, very good. ये जो u velocity में यहाँ से start किया था, जैसे कि आपका गाड़ी जो है एक ओवर ब्रिज के ऊपर चल रहा है. सो सेम कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ थोड़ा हवा में उड़ रहा है, वो कॉन्सेप्ट को रिलेट करो. सो ये जो आपका ऑब्जेक्ट है, ये ऑब्जेक्ट आप एयर में फ्लाई किए. सो ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ पहुंचा, दिस इज योर इनिशियल वेलोसिटी. कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट जब आप ऊपर थ्रो करते हो तो एट ए सर्टेन हाइट इसका वेलोसिटी 0 हो जाएगा. ये सर्टेन हाइट, मैक्सिमम हाइट तक वेलोसिटी जाएगा, उसके बाद वेलोसिटी 0 हो जाएगा. लाइक यू आर थ्रोइंग वन ऑब्जेक्ट अपवर्ड, तो ये कितना ऊपर जाएगा, फिर थोड़े टाइम बाद ये नीचे स्टार्ट फॉल होगा. सो जितना ऊपर गया, मैक्सिमम हाइट रीच करने के बाद, आफ्टर रीचिंग द मैक्सिमम हाइट द वेलोसिटी बिकम्स 0 फॉर द अपवर्ड मोशन. जो अपवर्ड मोशन के लिए आफ्टर रीचिंग मैक्सिमम हाइट the velocity becomes 0, then only the velocity starts falling, then only the object starts falling downward. Understood? So that's why here for this part, here the vertical velocity part Vy is nothing but equal to 0. So यहाँ से यहाँ तक का जो जर्नी है, अगर हम लोग इसके लिए ग्रेविटेशनल एक्सेलरेशन, ये जर्नी है Here acceleration is equal to minus g. For this much of journey, if you put the formula v is equal to u plus at, so this is vy is equal to uy plus ay into t. So here vy is equal to 0, uy is nothing but u sine theta plus ay is minus g into t, isn't it? So here I can write it as that is equal to u sin theta plus ये माइनस जी के जगह माइनस जी रखो, टी के जगह रखो कैपिटल टी डिवाइडेड बाय 2. So now if I go on simplifying, u sin theta is equal to g multiplied with t by 2. So that implies I can write, is it clear up to now? I can write ये जो t है, ये t को ये 2 को यहाँ मल्टीप्लाई करो, 2u sin theta I can write directly. But if I write directly, no, you will not understand. So that implies t is equal to 2u sin theta divided by g. Okay? This is the expression of total time taken or time of flight. Understood? Let me know. Yes or no? इतना तो बता दो. Yes or no? Let me know. Is it clear up to now? So next आ जाओ, टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट हो गया. नेक्स्ट आ जाओ मैक्सिमम हाइट. इफ एनी डाउट ना, यू गो ऑन द recorded lesson and recheck. Maximum height. What is the maximum height? So maximum height if I am talking about, ये है एक ऑब्जेक्ट. जब ऑब्जेक्ट को आप थ्रो किए, so ये कुछ मैक्सिमम हाइट गया. This much is the maximum height, and after attaining the maximum height, it is falling down. ठीक है? So what is this height? It is asking about ये जो height है, ये कितना height है? What is this height? So this height, while you are calculating this height, you need to know ये कौन सी velocity में गया था? u velocity में. यहाँ जब पहुंचा, this velocity now becomes v. So for this very u velocity, this is your horizontal component. This is u sin theta, and this is your vertical component u cos theta. Okay. So ये हाइट आपको पूछा है और ये एंगल दिया है थीटा, isn't it? So here I can write uy, जो y एक्सिस में जो कंपोनेंट है, this is u sin theta, and ay एक्सीलरेशन अगेंस्ट ग्रेविटी. और यहाँ से यहाँ जाने के लिए जस्ट लेट मी चेंज द इन कलर. जस्ट अ मिनट, बैक हो गया. So अभी देखो, जस्ट अ मिनट. हाँ, यहाँ से ये ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ था, और नाउ द ऑब्जेक्ट रीच टू दिस वेरी मैक्सिमम हाइट पॉइंट. अप टू दिस एक्सीलरेशन कितना है? माइनस जी, isn't it? So ay, if I start writing ay is equal to minus g. ठीक है? And y0 because it is starting from the origin, so y0 हो जाएगा 0. और स्मॉल t कितना होगा? इतना, मतलब ये पॉइंट से, जस्ट अ मिनट, ये पॉइंट से ये पॉइंट जब गया तो यहाँ ओरिजिन था, तो इतना टाइम सपोज t टाइम लगा. टोटल टाइम कितना है? कैपिटल T. सो स्मॉल t इज इक्वल टू t बाई 2. ओके. सो आप फॉर्मूला पुट करो. y इज इक्वल टू y0 प्लस uyt प्लस 1 बाई 2. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. ay t स्क्वायर. मैं सबका कमेंट पढ़ रही हूँ, बस थोड़ा बिजी हूँ लिखने में, तो रिप्लाई नहीं कर रही हूँ. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. सो दिस इज h इज इक्वल टू 0 प्लस u साइन थीटा, एंड t की जगह आप पुट कर दो कैपिटल T डिवाइडेड बाय 2. अभी अगेन कैपिटल T का भी वैल्यू पुट करोगे. हाँ, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. ये हो जाएगा कैपिटल T बाई 2 का स्क्वायर. नाउ पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ कैपिटल T. कैपिटल T का मैं अभी डिराइव की थी ना, सो दैट इज इक्वल टू, ये जीरो को हटा दो. ठीक है? तो ये बनेगा u साइन थीटा प्लस कैपिटल T का वैल्यू पुट करो 2u साइन थीटा, 2u साइन थीटा डिवाइडेड बाय 2g. ठीक है? ये 2 था ऑलरेडी, और अब g t का वैल्यू से आया. दिस इज 1 बाय 2 ay 2u साइन थीटा डिवाइडेड बाय g, 2g square. ठीक है. So h now becomes capital H. Just a minute. So cap h is the maximum height. H now becomes u square sin square theta divided by 2g. ठीक है. क्लियर है ना. ये थीटा है. जस्ट अ मिनट, थोड़ा इरेज करके लिख देती हूँ अच्छे से. This is sin square theta divided by 2g. So this is all about maximum height. ठीक है. समझ में आया. नेक्स्ट आ जाओ हॉरिजॉन्टल रेंज. सो व्हाट इज हॉरिजॉन्टल रेंज. हॉरिजॉन्टल रेंज, सपोज ये एक बॉल है. ये ऑब्जेक्ट को आप थ्रो किए, यहाँ पहुंचा, फिर उसके बाद देन आफ्टर इट विल फॉल डाउन दिस पॉइंट. ठीक है. सो नाउ दिस इज ऑल अबाउट हाउ मच इज द रेंज. ये कितना डिस्टेंस यहाँ कैलकुलेट किया. दिस इज नथिंग बट ये y में कितना कैलकुलेट मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल किया, x में कितना मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल किया. ये ठीक है. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट व्हाट दिस इज ऑल व्हाट एवर आई एम डिफाइनिंग बाय सर्टेन नेम. गेटिंग इट और नॉट. इन अ सिंपल लैंग्वेज ये क्या कितना मैक्सिमम हाइट अटेन किया एंड कितना हॉरिजॉन्टल रेंज, कितना हॉरिजॉन्टली कितना मैक्सिमम उसका रेंज ट्रेवल किया. दैट वेरी सेम ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है. जब यहाँ पहुंचा, सो दिस इज नथिंग बट द रेंज. इज इक्वल टू रेंज. सो रेंज के लिए आप देखो टोटल रेंज यू वाई यू नो दैट u sin थीटा. ay is nothing but minus g. y0 is nothing but 0. You know this very thing. ठीक है. बट हियर आपको हॉरिजॉन्टल कैलकुलेट करना है. सो दिस इज ऑल फॉर y एक्सिस. y एक्सिस के लिए इतना आप कैलकुलेट किए, इतना आप बेसिक थिंग आप जानते हो. जब हॉरिजॉन्टल रेंज में बोल रही हूँ, दिस इज ऑल अबाउट u x. ओके. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट ux. सो r इज नथिंग बट, देखो r ux कितना है बताओ बच्चे. ux इज इक्वल टू u cos थीटा. आपको मैं बताई थी. ये थोड़ा देख लो, ये थीटा है. अगर ये जो है दिस इज u, सो दिस इज नथिंग बट u sin थीटा. दिस इज नथिंग बट u cos थीटा. So total range if I am considering, R is nothing but total range I am considering. R is nothing but horizontal कितना distance cover किया है. Suppose U cos theta distance cover किया है. कितना टाइम में? Total टाइम लगाया है, T टाइम लगाया है. So now I can say U cos theta just a minute. u cos थीटा मल्टीप्लाइड विथ t का मैं क्या अभी डिराइव की थी 2u sin थीटा डिवाइडेड बाय t. ये मैं t का एक्सप्रेशन सॉरी डिवाइडेड बाय g. ये मैं t का एक्सप्रेशन डिराइव की थी ना, कैपिटल T का एक्सप्रेशन. जस्ट आई पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ कैपिटल T एक्सप्रेशन. इज इट ओके. सो नाउ आई कैन रीराइट दिस एक्सप्रेशन h. u दो u है तो 2u सॉरी 2 times u is multiplied. That's why u into u. Now this is u and this is another u. So u into u is becomes now u square. Now this is u square 2 sin 2 cos theta into sin theta divided by g. 2 cos theta into sin theta. ट्रिगोनोमेट्री में कोई फॉर्मूला है? क्या फॉर्मूला है? कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख सकते हो. sin 2 theta is equal to sin 2 theta. ये है रेंज का एक्सप्रेशन. रेंज इज इक्वल टू u स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाय g sin 2 थीटा. ठीक है. सो अभी आ जाओ, ये हम पढ़ेंगे क्यों. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्वेश्चन आएगा, ये रेंज निकालने का जरूरत क्या है. रेंज मतलब सपोज कोई ऑब्जेक्ट हम जब थ्रो करते हैं, what is the maximum range it will fly or it will cover. So what is the maximum range and what is the minimum range? That depends upon theta value or not. Maximum range that depends upon theta value. So theta अगर 45 डिग्री है, थीटा इज 45, तो साइन 90, साइन 2 इंटू 45 कितना बनेगा, साइन 90. सो मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ साइन थीटा इज नथिंग बट 1. So range is maximum when the theta value is, so I can write here range. Range is maximum when theta is 45 डिग्री. सो कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट जब 45 डिग्री में थ्रो किया जाएगा तो उसका थीटा मैक्सिमम होगा. ठीक है, जब ये 45 डिग्री में थ्रो किया जाएगा, बिकॉज r is equal to u square sin 90 degree divided by g. So that is sin 90 degree divided by g. So that is nothing but u square by g. So ये है मैक्सिमम रेंज का फॉर्मूला. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन. सो प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन में हम लोग क्या पढ़े, प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन में हम लोग पढ़े व्हाट इज टाइम, द टोटल टाइम टेकन और टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट. ओके, टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट and r, the maximum range, r is equal to range or the total range. And again और क्या पढ़े बताओ, टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट, रेंज एंड द डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड और क्या पढ़े बताओ, एक्स एंड वाई का एक्सप्रेशन निकाले. व्हाट इज दिस एक्स एंड वाई एक्सप्रेशन को हम लोग क्या पढ़े थे. Go through yesterday's class and check. So this is all about today's class. Thanks for watching. आप ना ये लेसन को लाइक करो, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब. ठीक है. So this is all about today's class. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Those who are present. Tata. Bye bye.